Big up, everyone, and welcome to King's Football Show. This is the weekend reaction, and I got a special guest with me today, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Tereak Talks. How you doing, bro?
Top of the league. Top of the league. I'm all good, my bro. How are you?
Listen, how can I not be good, man? Arsenal are top of the league. Chelsea got battered by Leeds. Man City drew. It was a good weekend. I'm a happy man. What are you saying?
You've hit the nail on the head right there. Come on. You've got to be happy. You have to enjoy these moments in football because things can change so quickly. We saw it last season watching Arsenal when it looked like we could easily get into the top four.
Yeah,
Circumstances happen, chain injuries, what players, performance levels, fatigue, whatever you want to put to it. It changed the whole perspective, and then boom, look at that right now. We're top of the league. We're playing very. You can't complain. You can't. So, don't try and find a reason to complain and just enjoy it, man.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Just very quickly, I can see that Hanno is in the background. Let me add him to the stream. How you doing, Hanno? I guess
I'm
it's
good.
not easy right now being a Chelsea fan.
I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, what do you guys saying?
Listen, for us, we you can see it in it. You can see.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, I'm sorry to rub
yeah.
it in your face, but as an Arsenal fan, quite it's been hard the past few years. So to actually have a preseason where we bought players early, where the players looked fit and sharp, and then to actually start the season well with three straight wins. We got at least now we got something to look forward to from the beginning of the season. That doesn't mean that we are going for a title race or we are going to do something crazy, but at least we got something to look forward to. And even the whole Saliba saga, the thing that's ended and it's proven that the manager doesn't hate him. It's proven that he wasn't overhyped, and all of that. For me, I'm happy. What about you, Tariq?
Exactly that. It's all about having excitement and just having a great feeling in and around the club. And the big thing that I think a lot of Arsenal fans are sharing right now is that we love this team. We there's you like whenever we felt like that since I can't remember a time where we loved the team. Yes, we've had individual players that we've loved and who have put on the shirt and they've given us that X factor. But we've always had other areas that we're like, oh, this person's trash, or we need to improve on that. It's a glaring weakness. This side at the moment, the players that we have, the 11 on the pitch, and then the five substitutes coming off the bench as well. It's very good. Of course, we're not perfect. Loving the team doesn't mean you are perfect, but it just means that you're proud of the players that are pulling on the shirt. They've got a level of quality to them. But the main thing is that they are honoured to wear the Arsenal shirt as well, and they're making us proud. Like the things that we don't appreciate, and we're probably as Arsenal fans talking about it a little bit more because, as King said, we have suffered. We have had players who have had the quality but didn't care. We've had players that cared but just didn't have the quality anywhere near.
Mustafi, yeah.
Exactly that.
But yeah, I agree, man. I remember. I think the last team that I was excited about must have been the '07, '08 team when we had
Yeah.
Fabregas, Nasri, Van Persie, Eduardo. Like that team, I was excited about. But yeah, it's great, honestly. How are you feeling,
But
Nippon? I
for
know
me,
you guys lost today. Are you worried? Are you stressed? Like, what's your feeling around Chelsea?
for me, like I said, it's one game. We should bounce back. We Today was just an awful performance, but I hope this is a wake up call to Todd Bowley and to say um to Tuchel what place you want, and I'll get him because you look today, we Kanté and Kovacic was out, so we had to play Jorginho and Conor Gallagher. Uh, and they got exposed. It's the first time they played together. They got exposed, and it's the midfield is just bad. And I've been saying this since the beginning of the transfer window. Where's our midfield? Where's the midfielder? We need one. Then I see Tottenham get Basuma. I see Real Madrid get Tchouaméni,
Yeah.
all them lot. I see United get Casemiro. And at the start when Tottenham got Basuma, I was the only Chelsea fan of the Chelsea fans I know close to me that were like, oh my days, Tottenham get anyone, get your mini, get anyone. Because you see, but I was panicking, but now you see why I was saying that, because our midfield is shite. Everyone is bad, honestly. So, yeah. But I just have to say one thing, Bowley, I hope this is a wake up call to you. You saw at the Tottenham game what happened when we take off Jorginho. Took off Jorginho and Gallagher, I don't know why. He honestly, his substitutions is frustrating, man. Why
Yeah.
you take off the only two midfielders that have Premier League experience, and it's the only other midfielder that you can put in that position, sixth position, is Infant and Padu, and you didn't even bring him on. So why are you taking them off? You put on Ziyech and Pulisic. They're rubbish. You're looking for something, but you can't. You're looking for something different, but you can't. But yeah, Chelsea in the mud. I will accept any banter. Spence can banter me as long as you guys don't say we're going to win the league. I know Tariq wants to say it, but he's holding back until game week 5. And then if they win on 5 games in a row, it's probably going to be Arsenal to win the league, easy league. So yeah.
P, I would like to
I
hear
would
what's your
like to hear
view
what's
on
your view on
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, it's just
It's
a
just
mess at the
a
moment.
mess at the moment.
I know.
Is
I
it
think
me or is it
I think
echo?
you is it
yeah,
echo.
Hanno. I can hear an echo from Hanno. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
You see, it is a mess, and from top to bottom at the club, and it's not entirely because of Todd Burley's fault. Because he's just taken over a sticky situation. It was an unexpected deal that went through. It took longer than it needed to, and they have made signings. I think Todd Burley is doing his job, and he's doing the best he can in such a short space of time in trying to get the best out of him. And he's trusting Thomas Tuchel with a lot of this recruitment. Chelsea have spent a lot of money. They brought in Cucurella, they brought in Sterling, and they brought in Carney Chukwuemeka for 20 million. They're bringing in Cesare Casade, the Inter Milan youth player. They're going to be splashing the money on Wesley Fofana. They're going to be bringing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But even with those signings, with those brought in, you still have to point blame at Tuchel for this level of performance, because it doesn't matter who you have. You cannot be losing 3-0 to Leeds in that scenario. I think they showed the statistics in terms of the running at one point in the game, and Leeds were running 10k more than Chelsea. I don't know how it ended, but even just the sheer effort factor of these things, the things that we expect from footballers, you're going to have to match their desire. And when we're talking about Thomas Tuchel, he's someone who's meant to be playing a more progressive style of play, making Chelsea more expansive, getting away from their, sitting back and counter-attacking side, which against Tottenham we saw glimpses of. But their issue was scoring goals, and that hasn't been sorted. But this is where Thomas Tuchel, once again, also has to take criticism. He's the one who didn't want Tammy Abraham sold. He's the one who said, Lukaku doesn't fit my style of play. Loaned after he spent 100 million on him. And now You can't expect me to feel sorry for them. And they sold Timo Werner, who scored plenty of goals but didn't fit the Thomas Tuchel way. Yes, you're gonna have to look at him, and you are gonna have to point fingers. And I'm not. I can give Thomas Tuchel credit where he needs it and where it's due, like against Tottenham. But we saw Wolves play. We'll get into that as well. Play really well
Yeah,
against
yeah,
Tottenham, but
yeah,
yeah, you just got to expect more from this current Chelsea side. You do, and the blame does have to fall on Thomas Tuchel's head as well.
yeah, yeah. I'm just
But
quickly gonna go through the chat
so
before I make
you
my
see
comment.
that? But
And we got Matt in the building. He said, "Big up King and Tariq, Con you Gunners. Yo, big
They
up
got Matt.
Matt." Say our boy Saliba King, what a player! Listen, he's amazing, and I agree to this. We have to sign him up. And then we got Daniel in the building as well with the Saliba tune, do Saliba, and he's saying I could keep going, but Saliba is gonna win the Ballon d'Or.
The
I
first
love
centre
that. I
back
love
since
the confidence.
Cannavaro, it will be Saliba.
Yeah, yeah. We actually finally bought our own Cannavaro. Everybody was holding for Cannavaro, but maybe it is Saliba.
Exactly.
Arsenal are the only top six team to really come out and play well this season in all games. That's a fair statement. And big up social as well. My number one fan, I call him. We are good. How you doing, my friend? So yeah, for me, like when I look at Chelsea, I've said it for a while now that something is wrong in Chelsea
Hmm.
in that dressing room. It's not normal for so many players wanting to leave a team that just recently won the Champions League and that won the Super Cup and the World Cup. So it's not like Chelsea's not been winning trophies. They have, but players are not happy right now. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something wrong with Tuchel or if it is the board or everything that happened, but clearly something is wrong. It's not normal to get outran by a team so much that Chelsea got outran today. 10 kilometers or maybe even more. Like, that should not happen. And yes, they played well against Tottenham because that's a derby. Anyone can get fired up for a derby against a rival. You barely need a coach. We saw that when Arsenal played against Tottenham in the documentary. Arteta didn't even held the team talk. So
Yeah.
it's like those kind of games, players will get fired up. But when you're going to your Leeds, when you're going to your Bournemouth, when you're going to your Brighton,
Everton, where they
Everton,
struggled.
I've not been impressed by Chelsea this season, bar that game against Spurs. And I felt for a very long time something might be wrong there. And people forget that Thomas Tuchel have been at Chelsea almost as long as Arteta's been at Arsenal. And yes, he's won more. But if you look at their squad now and you look at our squad now, we seem to be more settled. We seem to have a clear plan where Chelsea seems to be all over the place. And it's going to be interesting to see how they sort that out, actually. But if I'm a Chelsea fan, I would be a bit worried. Honestly, I would. And
but
Daniel is
the
saying that I'm singing the song wrong.
but the thing is, you can't be getting worried over a few games. Last season, you guys lost three on the bounce. Were you worried then? Probably a
About
bit,
Arsenal,
but yeah,
I was.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When we lost, I was worried, but we did not buy the players that we needed on time, and that was what worried us. I don't think that Chelsea is gonna finish like sixth, or I think they still have a good chance to finish in the top four. Chelsea, and I think Thomas Tuchel is a great manager, but from where, as good as he as a manager, and the money you guys have spent, I expect Chelsea to be a title challenging team,
Yeah,
but I don't
yeah.
think you will be. And I know a lot of people love to speak about how much money Arsenal spent, but you guys spent over 100 million last season. And this season, you've almost spent 200 million, and you're gonna keep on. You're probably gonna reach 300 million.
Yeah, it's so true, bro. And it's all about your expectations around the club. And we hear this a lot at Chelsea that they're built to have, they're built for success. That's how their model was, instant success. It's not about trusting even a manager to build a process. It's about winning straight away and getting those trophies. And if you're, as you brought up a fantastic point there, King, if you're winning trophies and players aren't happy, there is something seriously wrong, which is why I question Raheem Sterling, because I don't know if you've seen his comments before. I was reading it before the game, and he was saying that he was very frustrated and he didn't feel appreciated at Manchester City. I've seen Chelsea let go of their legends
Yeah,
for a lot in a lot worse circumstances because they don't give contracts the players think they deserve. Look what's just happened. Rudiger is ultimately probably, he's going to be up there legendary status because of his performances in their Champions League win.
yeah. If I get 20 likes, I'm gonna sing the song correctly.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
promise.
20 likes, people. Let's try and get it sorted. But there's a lot of issues there, and I don't think it's going to get sorted out in this season. King, do you? I think they
Mm,
could drop to fifth. They could do.
yeah, I mean they're gonna like for me Chelsea this season they're gonna be around fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Mm,
I doubt that they would do more than that. And it's as I don't understand why Sterling is so angry at Man City. I don't understand this feeling that he's been so mistreated. Like the only time Pep drops Sterling is when he's so out of form that he has no
mm,
choice. And if you play for a team that won four of the last five Premier League titles, surely you can't expect to be playing even if you don't play well.
mm-hmm.
Like it's one thing if you don't play and the players that plays doesn't play well, then you can question the coach. But
Yeah,
oh, Lille should have scored. But when you look at Man City, even when Sterling is not playing, it's not like they're missing him. So for
exactly.
me, I think I think he's gonna he might regret this move, because if City continues to win and Chelsea don't challenge for a league title within 2 years' time, he's gonna be around 30 then. And where would he go?
Exactly that. It's true. And that's what it depends on what you want as a footballer. Raheem Sterling already showed us that I don't he's just inconsistent because he left Liverpool to win trophies and he said, I need to win immediately. This is what it's all about. This is what being a footballer is about. But now he sacrificed trophies to feel appreciated. If that was the case, Liverpool's probably the perfect club to feel
Yeah,
appreciated. In
yeah,
terms, they will worship you there. They literally had a striker and Robbie Fowler that they called God. Like and look at Steven Gerrard, who wanted to go at Chelsea at one point,
yeah.
but he's loved dearly. It just doesn't make sense, and that's where Raheem Sterling. I expected better of him, but that
Wow.
move it doesn't seem like it's going to be a good one.
We got a question for you here, Tariq. What do you make of Daniel Roberts thinking Haaland is going to flop?
Yeah, Daniel, man. We need to talk, brother. We need to talk because
Yeah,
Haaland, yeah. Have you seen what the guy can do in minimal touches? Oh my word. He could have had a hat trick today, yeah, and he already scored. This guy is ridiculous. And he's gonna come on. No one well and truly flops at Man City. Even Jack Grealish. It has he flopped when he's won a league title?
yeah, I get what you mean. It's
And he
hard to call
contributed to it as
someone.
well.
Yeah, it's hard to call someone a flop
Yeah.
when they win the league. It's hard. Uh, But yeah, for me, Haaland is gonna bang for City. Maybe he won't always be a beauty to watch because he's not an Aguero type of player. He's not really a City type of player, but he'll come good. You could see that him and Kevin De Bruyne are starting to understand each other more. You can see that he was trying to get more involved in the game, and I think the longer he stays there, the better he will be. And listen, Haaland is a world class player. He'll do well.
Haaland, Haaland, he's just a BTech Ronaldo. Oh, Haaland he's just a
I,
BTech Ronaldo.
you know what? I might have to run a poll. Is Haaland going to flop at City? I can't even believe that I have to do this.
No, absolutely not. No chance. He's already got
I
3
don't
goals.
think. I think he will flop this season, but not the rest of the seasons. I think this season he might flop.
Wow.
What makes you
There
think
you
that,
go,
Will?
guys. Make sure you vote on the poll and make sure you like the video. We got 10 likes, so 10 more before I sing the song. So if you want to see me sing, make sure you hit that like button. And we got some more people in the building as well. Let me see. We got Whispered in the building. Evening, guys. How you doing, man? Thank you for tuning in as well. And everyone that's tuned in, big up yourself. I'm very happy to have you here. So let's start with the first game then. I think it was Tottenham that played against Wolverhampton. I'll start with you, Hanno. What did you make of that game?
Again, Tottenham poor. Again, Tottenham are not that good. Against us, they struggled. Wolves, they also struggled. They struggled. Only Hurricane's brilliance that saved them once more. So yeah, I, I think Tottenham might struggle in the beginning because uh, if you know Bobby from Three Spurs Boys, he says he doesn't care to win, but they still struggle no like energy or start or form like structure of their attack and everything. So they still struggling. I hope they keep struggling for Chelsea's sake. So yeah, uh, the first few games they have struggled. You see Southampton conceding first goal, and they need to tighten up. So yeah,
Yeah, what did you make of Spurs, Tariq, and the game itself?
King, we spoke about this a couple of times when it comes to Spurs, and their issue is in midfield. They could have no control on that game at all. Wolves dominated that midfield battle. And in the first half, they didn't really create any clear-cut goal-scoring chances. And I think that's more down to Wolves rather than Tottenham looking astute in defence or anything like that, because they were getting it in their final third. But that's going to be a worry for Tottenham in that sense, because against sides who are going to have and pose more of a threat, and if they get fortunate in those in the box and are able to score, that will make the game plan very difficult for Spurs, because Spurs do thrive on spacing behind and counter attacking, and the midfield battle is they keep losing those scenarios, and I feel like they really are going to struggle to control a lot of games because of that. For one, they've got 3 players in the centre of the defence and playing out of the back with centre backs that aren't. You wouldn't say they are the best ball distributors from those areas, even when Christian Romero's playing. And I know he was injured yesterday, but it's just difficult to see how Spurs are going to manage a lot of these games. But the quality showed in the end in both boxes. That's the difference. I think Arteta's spoken about this before. You can play well in between the boxes, but in the box, that's the difference. And that's where Spurs are elite with Kane, Son, and Kulusevski. But yeah, they are ridiculous in those boxes. But it's Tottenham. They still got areas they need to improve. They're miles off of a title challenge in that sense, and they're not going to be far from us. They're not going to be far from us, even in terms. But at least with Arsenal, you can say that there's performances to build on, and there's a good level of performance that we've seen. Where from Spurs, they played Southampton, and a lot of people were talking about Southampton, and it's like similar to Bournemouth. If you're going to say, we played Southampton, they played Southampton, sorry, and Southampton are poor, you can say that about Bournemouth, and but. They still got to show in their performances. Performances are so important in the Premier League because that's where you get sustainable success. Manchester United fans will tell you this. They were second at one point with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and
Yeah.
look how that ended because of certain performances. But yeah, the quality will carry him through most games, but for the aspirations that Tottenham want to get to, they're going to need more than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. I think the thing is, yeah, especially for Wolverhampton, if they had a more clinical player,
Yeah,
they would have won that game
definitely.
because Tottenham were poor, especially in the first half. They were dreadful. And I think they're struggling now because a lot of teams play with three players in midfield and they only play with two players in midfield. So if you dry them out on the wide areas, they can't win the battle in the middle. And now that Romero is not there, who usually steps up and maybe sometimes play like a DM, like if he's not there, they don't have anyone. Like Dyer is not good enough on the ball. Langley is not even good. And
Yeah.
who's the other guy? Is it Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah, Davis is not even. He's not in special. So for me, Tottenham, I'm a bit surprised that they've not gone and bought a more creative central midfielder because at least if you're gonna play with two, like if you can't rely on Kane always dropping down deep because teams are gonna figure that out and they're gonna find a way to get Kane out of the game. And when they do that, they barely had any creative outlet. But what I will say is impressive is that they've managed to get 2 wins and a draw against Chelsea without looking good. So that is also a bit of a worry that even though they haven't played well, they've managed to get a decent start of the season. And some will say they will only get better with Perisic now starting, and
Yeah.
Bissouma will probably soon start starting games, and maybe Richarlison will gel in more into the team. But yeah, I'm with you. I think they will be up there, but as it stands right now, I'm not worried. I'm not too worried about Tottenham right now, if I'm honest. And maybe it's an early kind of knee-jerk reaction, but right now I'm not worried about them. We'll see when the window ends. I think we'll do a prediction when the window ends. Yeah, we will do a prediction show, and then we'll see where everybody's head is with each team. I think it's easier when you know who's gonna play for each team to do a prediction. But yeah, does anyone want to say anything more on that game before we move on?
Just a quick praise for Wolves, really. Their
Yeah,
new signings are looking pretty decent. Mateus Nunes, he was excellent in his first Premier League game. A
yeah,
very good signing. Wolves have a midfield that would be a top six quality. Chelsea would like that midfield right now.
yeah,
It's very
Yeah.
good. I
Ruben
would like a
Neves,
couple of their
please,
players,
please, can we get Ruben Neves?
but
yeah.
yeah,
He's quality, Neves,
But
and
if
Tariq, what are
yeah,
you looking at when you look?
I'm watching the
Tariq?
PSG Lille game as well.
Oh, the PSG game.
Yeah.
yeah. Neymar and Messi are looking back to their best. Can't
Um,
lie.
but if they get a striker and they get someone who can put the ball in the back of the net, Wolves, then they'll be fine. And I think they could be knocking on Europeans' door if they can do that. But yeah, they're gonna be massive 2 weeks for their season in this transfer window if they can get a goal scorer, whether it's a striker or not, just someone to put the ball in the back of the net. But yeah,
Yeah.
it should be interesting. And Spurs definitely need that midfielder as well. Definitely. They know they've been linked with Milinkovic Savic. We'll see. If they do get a midfielder, then I expect their performances to improve. But if they don't, it's not going to be easy pickings for Spurs because they did struggle at points last season, even under Conte. And I don't think there'll be the improvement that they expect to have.
Yeah. What do you make of this question, Tariq? Do you see Arsenal adding a CM and a wide forward still?
I actually want us to, but I don't actually think it's going to happen. In terms of how Arsenal are going to operate in the window, I think it's going to be very much like Liverpool in the sense that we're going to be very picky on who we get. We're going to be reluctant to take sort of risks anymore. in getting players that that maybe are good enough. I think it's going to be difficult for us to get players. Maybe one of them, a wide forward or a midfielder, but I don't think we'll get both, which will be a shame because I do think we need both. But yeah, it's difficult out there in terms of getting a wide forward and a centre mid. Because King,
Yeah.
can you think of anyone that would fit Arsenal like a glove?
Oh, the only one, there's only two that I can think of, and I think it's very hard to get them. One is Olise. I think that he would suit the way we play, and he kind of suits the profile of being young, potential, sell on value, all of that. But I think he would be expensive. And the other one is probably Jeremy Pino from Villarreal. But I'm not even sure. Like, I think Arsenal looked at him and feel like they want to monitor him for another season and see how good he really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, going into the London derby this weekend, Brentford, Fulham. Did you watch it, Tariq?
Yeah, I did. I caught our match of the day. What a game! Another one. There was some great goals in there. Fulham impressing once again. Unbeaten start for them. They
Yeah.
played. They had a difficult run. If you're thinking about it, if you're going to say Liverpool in your first game, Wolves away, and then Brentford at home, and everybody knows what Brentford did in their last game, right? Can you
Yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah.
Hanno
I
as
think
well?
they won
Yeah,
against the team. What team was that? Uh,
yeah.
it start with M something.
Yeah.
Uh, Man,
Manchester.
Man United.
Yeah, that's it.
yes,
United.
yes,
That's it.
yes,
Forgot
yes.
I forgot about that.
Sorry, United fans. I gotta rub it in. 4-0.
Exactly. And they dispatch of them, and they deserve to win that game. When you
Yeah,
saw the chances that they had, Pereira, and speaking of Man United, he's
of
looking good.
quality.
He's
I
looking
need to start starting him in my FPL now. The
bench.
way
I
he's
know,
playing.
same. He's on
Oh,
the bench with 8 points. Him and
me
Bailey.
too.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
of course, of course. I was like, yeah. Now that I lost hope on you, you decided to start and turn up.
yeah,
Thank you,
exactly,
guys.
exactly that.
Yeah,
Oh man, but yeah, Fulham. Do you
Fulham look
think? Do
good.
you think they're going to be safe?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've seen teams come up to the Premier League and they start very well because they're so excited, that adrenaline, they give 110%. But you will reach a point where quality means more than mentality, and I think that is when Fulham might feel a bit short. But it's a long season. I don't know, because teams like, there are certain teams in the Premier League where you don't know where you have Everton. How good are they gonna be? How bad are they gonna be? You don't know what's gonna happen to Southampton,
Yeah,
and then obviously Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth are going down,
yeah,
but I
same.
think they have a small chance. Fulham. I think maybe they need to add one or two players, but they are gonna be tough to play against. And I might be wrong about Mitrovic. I said I don't think he's gonna score 10 goals, but
I know.
I think he got only 7 left now. So yeah,
Yeah.
he looks good. He looks better this season than, was it 2 years ago when he was in the Prem last time?
Yeah,
And
looks a
played
lot
to Fulham.
leaner, innit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He looks fitter, leaner, and he looks hungry, Mitrovic, for goals. So
That's what
that's
we're
his
saying. He's looking
preference.
leaner, so he's
Yeah,
probably is hungry.
yeah. Quick one here. Balogun, best striker in Liga. Big up Dan. Big up Miss Melina for tuning in as well. I hope you're well, my sister. And the panel. You guys are amazing. So
Yeah.
yeah, Fulham, Brentford. Any last words on them, Hanno, before we move on to the next game?
Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Why you got to score a last minute one? Come on. I said 2-2. Why? Why?
Predictions
Yeah.
Lost
out the
that
window.
on 3 points. Come on.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Now you end up with 0. See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been a victim to that. I didn't need. We'll get into Palace, but they've done my prediction there as well.
Nah, yeah, Palace, nah. Don't even get me. Just put
Yeah.
Arted on there. I had
Did you
6
guys?
points for Palace.
Did you both watch Leicester City, Southampton?
Yeah. I saw that as
I
well.
watched a bit of it, but oh my days.
Leicester lost
If
again.
we don't beat Leicester City next week, if we don't beat Leicester City next week, I am done.
Are you
I'm
guys
done
worried
if we
about
don't beat
Leicester?
them.
I am.
I'm
Uh,
worried going into any game,
yeah,
even if
I'm worried about Leicester, and it's just everything around their club at the moment. When you're thinking of their key players, and Tielemans not starting, he was on the bench. Wesley Fofana not signing anyone up. They're, it's not looking like a team unit at the moment. Yeah, they've still got James Maddison, who's quality. And when I saw him in the flesh on the weekend, he looks even better as well, by the way. Pause, not in that sense. But yeah, but this is it. Leicester, they are in trouble. They're defensively, they're still leaking chances. Their goalkeeper's much worse as well. And it's not like Kasper Schmeichel was having the great time last season. I
Yeah,
don't see how they're going to improve. I really don't. What about you, King? Are you worried?
I am worried because the owners don't have money.
Yeah.
The pandemic hit the industry very hard, and Fofana wants to go. Tilleman wants to go. It's probably not going to be long before Madison is going to want to go to a better
Mm,
team, and Vardy's getting older. Iheanacho and Patson Daka hasn't really been able to take over from him, which I think they thought they would have been able to, but they really haven't. And their defense is awful. They leak in so many goals. It's so easy to score against Leicester, and that goalkeeper Ward, wow, he's not good. I think they will struggle, honestly. I think they will have a tough season, and I think Brendan Rodgers will be sacked this season.
yeah,
I think they will reach a point where they won't have a choice than to sack him, even though they might not want to. But it's like he's run out of ideas. And like last season, we could clearly see that they were the worst team when it comes to set pieces.
yeah.
But again, this season, they don't seem like they've been able to work on that. And you have to question why. I mean, surely set pieces is something that you get in a coach that is a specialist on it. You look at the videos, you look what the team is doing wrong, and then you adjust it. But
It's true. I think Brendan Rodgers spoke about that though, King. He said that it's the players, it's the personnel that they have that just aren't willing to. They've tried everything they can on set pieces, but the players just aren't willing enough. They're not determined enough to go for the headers. And if they're not, and if it is the players, they haven't brought anyone in, so you can't really expect them to improve in that sense.
yeah, but he
Yeah,
said that. But then again, I have to question you as a manager.
Yeah,
If your players are not willing to go in hard and you're so comfortable speaking on that out in the media, something is wrong. That
yeah.
should not be the case at a professional club in the Premier League. For me, it's that is too easy. Honestly, I don't I don't get I don't get that. For me, Rogers, if he doesn't step up, Leicester are in trouble. What about you, Hanno? Before I know you need to leave soon. So, any last words?
yeah. For me, Leicester, they're in trouble, but I think if we lose to them next week, like I'm done. I'm done.
You're
So
in
yeah,
trouble.
then
Yeah, big up,
evening
Matt.
match
I hope you're well. It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
up the Chels. But yeah,
Yeah,
King, I got to go. My
no
bad.
worries.
I put
Before
you
you
to bed.
go, let tell everyone where they can find you.
Okay. So, on YouTube, Coach's Corner, please subscribe. So close to 150. I think me and King are almost on the same amount. Um, very close. So make sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Hanno underscore coach underscore corner, Twitter, Hanno underscore coach corner. And yeah, big up everyone, big up King, Tariq, Tariq, 1K before the end of the year.
Oh, hopefully, man. Try.
100%. Listen, guys,
Yeah,
we're gonna make sure Tariq hits 1K
peace out.
before the season ends. I know he can do it.
I
He's great,
appreciate that, guys.
honestly. And I put the link to Hano's channel as well in the description in case you've not subscribed to his channel. I'll put Tereak's channel as well, even though I think all of you are already subbed his channel, but I'll put it in anyway. So let's see. The next game was Everton versus Nottingham Forest. 1-1.
I mean, that wasn't a great game, King. That one, I think it was last on Match of the Day when I was watching it. I can't for Nottingham Forest, and then I'll talk about Everton because I know we got Matt in here. We'll save the best till last. With Nottingham Forest, I expected this though with the amount of signings that they've made. It's going to take them a while to gel. It makes sense that they've done it. If people are trying to rubbish what they're doing, you just need to understand that Nottingham Forest, they came up into the Premier League based off of loan players. Literally, all their players were on loan in the likes of Jed Spence, James Garner, even Keenan Davis, their striker. So yeah, that's their team was built from loans. So looking at that, they needed to get players in, and they brought in some quality, but taking time to gel. A lot of them haven't even had a pre-season together. But I do think that they'll be all right. Everton, though, what's their biggest issue? Scoring goals. King, I'll let you take the floor with Everton, then I'll put the salt in the wound on that.
I've spoken about Everton a lot. I'm worried about them. I don't think they have enough goal scorers in that squad. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he got too much injuries, and we don't even know how he's gonna be when he's back because he's been missing so much football during this past 2 seasons. And Everton don't have money as well. It's gonna be a tough season for them. I think it's good that they've got in Connor Cody and who was the other defender that they bought?
James Tarkowski.
Yeah, Tarkowski as well. But again, like Tarkowski got relegated with Burnley.
Yeah.
You know, Cody's been struggling a lot with Wolves. Like, I think they are better than Michael Keane. But Everton are in trouble. They really are. And as much as I don't rate Frank Lampard as a manager, I also feel kind of sorry for him because he's gone there at a time where it's a hard project to deal with. And they need a striker. And for me, they bought the wrong winger. I think Dwight McNeil is an all right player, but he doesn't score goals. And Everton need goals. I'm not sure if that was the right signing for them. So yeah, it's not looking good for Everton. They're gonna be down there fighting for relegation. They might make it. They might make it, but I think it's gonna be another long, tough season. And them missing Richarlison, he was so integral for them, and they haven't been able to replace him.
It's adding a massive amount of goals and even creativity that Richarlison has. It's not even like a huge amount, but it's massive for Everton in terms of their objectives. And I can see Matt in the chat saying we need a striker. Just how many clubs need a striker in the Premier League right now?
Yeah. You look at Man United, they need a striker.
Chelsea.
Look at Chelsea, they need a striker. Obviously, as we said, Everton need a striker. I think Nottingham Forest could do with Wolves. Wolves definitely need a striker. You know, the market on strikers is dry. Maybe someone needs to go and buy Mossman, Jonathan David.
That's it, man. Jonathan David, Matt. If you want to get Moss on your side as well, and he'll be cheering Everton all day long if you get Jonathan David. But it's so difficult to get a striker in today's market who's going to give you those goals. Maybe you've got to look towards these wide forwards or these wingers that can score you a few more goals now. You know, there's quite a few out there in the market that would definitely improve Everton. You know, even a Cody Gakpo if he doesn't end up going to United. The likes of those, I'm sure he would improve. But yeah, once again, questions coming from the Eredivisie. Yeah, there's wide forwards out there. Strikers, number 9's difficult, very difficult. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think they're gonna have a great season. They may just survive if they get Dominic Calvert-Lewin fit and for a period of time where he can score them 10 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah,
but it's going to be difficult for him. It's going to be a tough watching Everton. Can't wait for us to play them. We
Yeah,
got to
we
beat
need
him this time.
we gotta beat them home and away this time.
Yeah.
We just have to. And the poll has just ended. 72% thinks that Haaland won't flop, but 27% thinks that he will flop. I guess one of them is definitely Daniel. I don't know the others who voted on him. I'm surprised.
Daniel's burners account. That's what it is.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
other.
it must be, must be, must be. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah, we'll see. I think they're gonna have a tough season. I think Nottingham Forest. We'll see. I think they're gonna have a tough season, regardless who they buy. As you said, it takes time when you buy a lot of new players. They need to gel. They need to understand the league, and let's
Yeah.
see if Hossam Awa goes there. I'm not sure if that's the right signing for them.
He's been linked to Palace as well.
Yeah,
Husamawa
yeah,
of
yeah.
late.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I think if I'm him, I'll go Palace.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a much better project at the moment, and we'll get into Palace and talk about them a little bit more because I think they need some massive praise, and I'm going to
Yeah,
bring Arsenal
yeah.
into it. Don't you worry.
Good, 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 good. Yeah, they're the next game actually. Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa, 3-1. Wilfred Saha scored 2 goals. He's looking good. Told people he looked good in preseason, and
Yep.
he's
And
been amazing for them.
King, when I was trying to was having a debate, we did a rating show,
Yeah,
and there was other people. I know we were saying that Benjamin White had a good game, and
yeah,
people were saying that Zaha got the better of him.
yeah,
Don't think so. And when we said that the task of coming up against Wilfred Zaha was going to be tough this season, I think he's kind of proven it in the other games.
exactly.
Trent Alexander-Arnold got roasted against him, and
Yeah,
then Matty Cash.
yeah.
I really rate Matty Cash, but
Same. I would take him.
he taught exactly. Like, I would take Matty Cash and Trent, but
Yeah,
he tore them a new one. He was excellent yesterday. And Crystal Palace, they are probably the most underrated side in this league at the
yeah,
moment. They could be the dark horse that really goes up the league and challenges for these European places if they keep the main players fit. Of course, that's the big caveat with every side is about keeping players fit because they've got quality, they've got goals throughout their team, they've got creativity, they've got strong defense. We've seen what
yeah,
Joachim Anderson and Gay can do. They've got a brilliant left back in Tyreek Mitchell. They've got a really solid base and core in that side, and they've got a little bit of depth to it as well in certain areas.
yeah.
So I've been very, very much impressed with Crystal Palace. Well, what about you, King? What did you think about that performance yesterday?
No, I said my prediction that I think Palace will be fighting for European spots, and
Mm,
from the start of the season, I still believe they will be. I think they are very underrated. I think Patrick Vieira is underrated as a manager, and they've made some good signings. And if they can add an hour into that midfield, they are gonna be even a bigger threat. And the thing is, it's quite hard to play against Palace because they have so many skillful players. And when Olise start kicking on, and the longer the season goes, Este is gonna be better. Saar is gonna be better. They still got Edward, Ayu, Mateta,
yeah,
and in defense, Gehe and Joachim Anderson are two very solid center backs who would play for a lot of teams in the league. If I'm a Palace fan, I'm excited. Uh, and they were impressive. And the fact that they were 1-0 down and they managed to turn it around and score 3 goals, massive credit to them. And it shows that they have the right mentality. Even if it's not going well, they won't drop their heads. So big up Palace.
exactly. Palace, major team to watch this season. And yeah, it's for Aston Villa though. Aston Villa, another manager is going to be under some pressure. It's like the Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard debate when
Yeah,
they were players as managers. It's looking like Steven Gerrard's struggling even more, and they've spent a lot of money over there at Villa Park in that
he's
side
on
of
fraud
Birmingham.
watch. I've said it for a very long time.
Yeah,
I don't trust Gerrard as a manager. I think he's a bit overrated, and Villa have spent, as you said, a lot of money. They have a good squad. Like, let's not cap. Aston Villa should be aiming for European places with that squad they have. with players like Coutinho, Buendia, Bailey, Traore, even like Diego Carlos, Matthew Cash, Luca Dean. Like they have a very good team and they got depth as well. Even players like Jacob Ramsey,
Yeah.
very good players. McGinn, another good player. So let's see. But I just want to wish good luck to Mr. and Mrs. Wiesbird. Good luck. I hope everything keeps on going well and nice to see you tuning in again. Oh yeah, what did you make of this signing? I didn't see that coming. That
Mm-mm.
wasn't an area where I thought they were short on.
I do think they need wingers in terms of pace as well, adding a bit
Yeah.
more pace to their side and width, because a lot of Aston Villa's width comes from their fullbacks. But I thought that was more by design for Steven Gerrard rather than by necessity. But maybe it has been more of that because apart from Leon Bailey, they have struggled to have a lot of width in their side. If you think, like, is
Is
there anyone?
Traore there still?
Yeah, Traore is still there, Bertrand, but I
Yeah,
think he's struggled with a lot of injuries in the past
yeah,
year.
yeah,
Even when he went to AFCON, he was injured and those things.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how he managed the squad
It's a
because
lot of players now in the
it's a
attack,
lot
isn't
of
it?
players now in attack. Coutinho's gotta play, Wendy's gotta play, got Ings, Watkins,
Yeah.
Bailey.
We was watching the Villa Everton game from last week and
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
boring.
It was very boring.
So Villa, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Willer's
Worried
gonna
for
go
them as
four
well.
four two with Bailey and Sound the wing, Ings and Walker to the front. That's very attacking. What happened to Coutinho then and Buendia?
Well, it does happen to be
Yeah.
Buendia, Coutinho. What
Maybe
we
they go
normally
for a
do.
3-5-2, maybe.
Yeah, wow. I don't even think
But
they've got
then
three.
again, no, that won't suit them. Yeah, I don't
No.
know.
But it's,
Yeah,
it's 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 sticky because you remember you've got players like Buendia, Coutinho,
yeah.
Jacob
Go
Ramsey,
Bradley.
McGinn,
Yeah, yeah,
Douglas Luiz, Boubacar
yeah.
Kamara.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
it,
even forgot
it's a
about him.
very
That's what I'm
imbalanced squad.
saying. They have so many players.
Yeah.
He
And then
might
you got
need to shift off a few because they're not in
true.
Europe.
Yeah,
And it's a
exactly.
World Cup year. Like when Diaz gonna want to play, Coutinho's gonna want to play. Like Watkins is gonna want to play because these
Yeah,
players still got a few chances to go to the World Cup. So
it's
yeah,
true. I think we'll have to see at the end of the summer. I think it feels hard going into clubs like Everton and Villa because they've still got things that they need to do in the window, and we'll give you a proper judgment on them once the window is shut. But right now, we have to react to what we're seeing, and it's a Premier League reaction show, so it's not looking good for these sides. What would you say Villa's biggest issue is, though, King? If you was to say, because we said Everton, there's his goals for sure. What would you say is for Villa?
Villa is I don't think they have the right balance. So
Yeah,
if if they attack well, they don't defend well, and when they defend well, they don't attack well.
yeah.
They haven't managed to find that balance to be able to do both. And
Mm.
I think that could maybe be down to management rather than they not
Probably
having good enough players.
management and recruitment.
Yeah, definitely. I think they are buying names rather than what suits them and makes them better as a team. What do you
Yeah.
make of this statement? Tariq, have you thought about getting into acting? A guy that good looking could be the next James Bond. Do we
Hey,
have the next James Bond on stream here? Let me know.
hey, Matt Bond right here. You know, they were saying
Yeah,
Idris Elba. They were saying
yeah.
it was going to be Idris Elba, but
Maybe
maybe.
it's Tariq.
Guys, if you hit the like button on this stream, it will ultimately
Yeah,
help me grow, and then maybe social.
yeah, yeah. And
We'll
maybe
see.
someone will find you. Oh, we're on 17 likes. It's getting closer, guys,
The
to
name's
me
Talks.
singing.
Tariq Talks.
Yeah, Tariq talks. I love that. But yeah, let's see. The next game was it's obviously the late game, Bournemouth versus Arsenal. 3-0 to Arsenal. What did you make of the game, Tariq?
Bro, guys, before I give you my thoughts on that, go check out King's reaction show with the player ratings to it. Man, I was watching it and I was just
Yeah,
like, you know what? I love my Arsenal fans right now. I love it. I
yeah,
just love how it is. The fact that we've had and we put them aside easily, you have to take pleasure in that, because we've seen sides that get relegated in the past, whether we've beat them or not, but we haven't been able to break them down as much, or we've struggled against them. When's the last time we beat Bournemouth in the Premier League?
Yeah,
Before this?
there was our kind of boogie team,
Yeah,
them and Crystal Palace. So it's good that we've won against two of our boogie teams.
exactly. So it was great to see, and having put in a performance like that, it's what the Liverpools do, it's what your Manchester Cities do, it's what your Chelseas did when they were going and when they were playing well. So you've just got to take credit in that and enjoy it. And yes, it's against a side you expect to beat, but how many times have you seen in the Premier League there is no easy games? And Leeds, they weren't expected to beat Chelsea today. Man City, they were expected to beat Newcastle. Look what happens. Liverpool, Fulham, etc. That's why you have to take credit in it. And Martin Odegaard, mwah, this is
I
what we
know.
want from him. This is
What
what
a
we want.
player.
But there's so much. We could do a whole show talking about the amount of Arsenal players that impress me. But
Yeah.
having that team performance, I think, you know what? Let me say this, because I don't think a lot of people have said this, and it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts, King. I thought that Gabriel was the better defender yesterday than Saliba. And I don't
Ooh.
not not
It's
not
good
saying
that you say that because I remember on my player rating, I was saying that
that.
Saliba's been so good that people have forgot about how good Gabriel is playing.
How many last
And
ditch headers and aerial balls in the box that they were trying to play to Kiefer Moore, which was their clear direct game plan, that he was snuffing out and he was clearing and being strong and physical.
yeah, I think what's wonderful now is that no one can bully us anymore in defense. We got two units in Gabriel and Saliba, and they seem to love playing with each other. I remember, I think it was last week, and Gabriel was just praising Saliba, and Sinchenko's been like, it's so great to see the chemistry in the Arsenal camp right now. You can see that the players are happy to be there and they
Yeah,
love to play with each other, and it gives a lot when the team is happy, when the players are happy, when the fans are happy. You know, the mood around Arsenal is very positive. And I just hope that if we get into a period where we are struggling a bit, I just hope that the fans remember that we have done so much that it's good, and don't just because we lose one or two games, doesn't have to be, oh, this is it, Arteta out, this is what I was saying, he's not good
mm,
enough.
yeah,
You know, we saw today, Le- Chelsea lost 3-0 to Leeds today. Man City conceded 3 goals against Newcastle and drew. Liverpool have not won yet in the Premier League. It is a tough league. We will hit some time where there will be a dip. And I just want people to remember and have patience and understand that it's a long season, and don't judge the manager or the project until the end of the season.
it's exactly that, bro. And that's how you have to look at it. And we just need to have that patience within the fan base. Of course, if we get trophies with it and we get back competing for the big time, off maybe that will creep into the majority of it. But we
Yeah,
have to remember the process that we're in. And I know a lot of fans hate that word. We
yeah,
got to take time. It takes patience. It took Manchester City and Liverpool time to get into these positions in the league. Like Pep's been there. How long now? How many years has Pep been there? Klopp's been there for
I
8, 9 years
think it's
now.
been 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
something
must be
like.
6. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
And then
yeah,
Klopp's been
6.
there for 8. Come on, people.
Yeah, Arteta's been there 2.5 years. And
Yeah,
Pep came to Man City as probably the best manager in the world. Klopp came to Liverpool as one of the best managers in the world. Arteta came to Arsenal as a manager that's never managed before, and people still thought that he was just automatically gonna bang. And with that squad that we had, and I always say this, don't forget, guys, we had players like Lichtsteiner, Socrates, Mustafi. Like I think people forget. Like it's if you look at how Arteta wants to play football, you would understand more now why he was struggling so much, because you can't play a ball possession football with players that have zero skills when it comes to playing from the back.
Exactly that. And years worth of bad recruitment,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not just under Emery, previous to that with Arsene Wenger, and he's had to rip out a whole culture. I was having this massive debate earlier with Manny, you see,
yeah, yeah,
and we was talking about even like Aubameyang, even his quality. But
yeah,
if you're trying to reset a culture of the club, you cannot let players get away with these things. Like it's all right, you can have the odd one or two when you've already got a sustained culture of winning, and maybe you can compromise then. And even Arteta spoke about in the All or Nothing about compromising for
yeah,
Aubameyang.
yeah,
He already has shown he's not this dictator, this authoritarian that everybody thinks he is. I even heard Pep Guardiola say today in an interview, I don't care about skills. I always ask the question about the person, because at the top level, the skills don't really matter because everyone's going to be in and around it. It's what separates the good from the great and the great from the ever best ever
yeah.
is what's in between those two ears, and
Hundred
how
percent.
much work you put in on the training ground and those things there. So yeah, man, it's a wonderful moment at Arsenal, and I'm enjoying it. Well, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Listen, guys, enjoy it. Listen, it's been a couple of years where it's been very dark and hard. Now that we can see the light, at least enjoy it whilst it's there. Life is too short to not make the most of the good moments, guys. And nothing is guaranteed. Not when it comes to life, not when it comes to success. So enjoy it. It's great to support Arsenal right now. Make the most of it. And I agree with you with the Aubameyang thing. And one thing that people forget is that Arteta gave Aubameyang that contract, and he kept him as the captain. And even though he was late from to the North London derby, and he's been late many times after that, he didn't kick off. But there's a limit where how much crap you can accept from one player, no matter how good or how talented you are. And I don't think anyone misses Aubameyang now.
It's
Like
true.
when you look at who we got at top, we're not missing Aubameyang anymore, uh,
Exactly that.
and he doesn't suit the way we want to play anymore. And I got nothing against Aubameyang. I wish him the best of luck. And even if he goes to Chelsea, I'm not gonna put any hate on him. I'm not
No,
gonna say anything. Listen, he's a professional footballer. He has to do what's best for him and his career. But for me, I'm just happy with where Arsenal are now, and that's what's important for me. And we're gonna move on to the Sunday games. West Ham versus Brighton. Did you watch it? West
I
Ham
haven't seen
still
any of the
hasn't
goals yet.
scored any goals this season. Brighton again. I've been telling people about Graham Potter.
King. Honestly, we just sing off the same hidden sheet. Me and King do all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
unless it comes to Kulusevski and Diaz. That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
time. That's the only time. Yeah, but man, praise to Brighton first,
Yeah,
because they've just maintained, even though their draw against Newcastle last week, which in hindsight, once
yeah,
again, it looks even
yeah,
better now, and in
yeah,
their performance to dominate a Newcastle side like that, they deserve to win in that game. And it's just what Graham Potter's doing is showing you it's not all about just individual quality. Yes, there's quality that has to be involved. It's not about players' names. It's all about the team and how the team works as a system. And how certain players can adapt and fit in that system. And I was looking at Brighton's bench as well before the game even started. Looks like they've
yeah,
got some quality, some strength and depth at the
yeah,
moment. Your
yeah,
boy
yeah.
Undav's not even started a game yet.
No, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. Luckily, I didn't go for him. I would have regretted that. I think I have him in my draft, but I need to get rid of him. But yeah,
Yeah.
like
Are there
Welbeck,
any? Yeah. Are there
Welbeck.
any Brighton FPL assets that you've got your eye on, King?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I did a prediction, or I did a what's it called, a players to watch
Good
show,
players to buy in that.
and
Yeah.
I had Weltman in there because I think his quality. He always get bonus points, and Brighton don't concede a lot of goals. So I have Sanchez in goal, and he's been very good for me. And I think Welbeck could be some a point because
Mm.
he's scoring goals or getting assists almost every game now. Uh, McAllister taking penalties. Grob or Gruz, I don't know how you pronounce
Yeah,
his
Pascal
name.
Gross. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing more advanced this season. He's also a good FPL asset. So yeah, I would definitely look into them. Don't
Mhm.
go for Tariq Lamptey. He's not playing at the moment. So
True.
and Trossard as well. Trossard is doing well as a wing back. He's getting to some good areas, and I think he scored today as well, one of the goals.
Yeah, he did. Scored the second one.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And they have Leeds next.
uh, with Leeds, Daniel, I'd still be calm on them. I do think they will struggle, but we'll get into them as well, of course. But
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
jumping the gun a bit too much at points.
yeah,
But yeah, Brighton,
yeah.
very impressed with them. And West Ham, though, King. West
Oh,
Ham. Is there look? Is it? Have they come to the end of the road in terms of their success, or is this just a sticky patch at the start of the season that they'll come over?
I said that I think West Ham will struggle this season. I said it before the season started because I think teams would start setting up themselves differently when they face West Ham because
Yeah,
they
it's a
now
big
see
game.
them as a big team. So West Ham likes to sit low and counter attack. They can't do that anymore. Now they have to break down teams. They have to be a ball possession teams. And they just don't have those kind of players. So obviously they won't be lost when the season ends, but I wouldn't be surprised if we find them around 8 to 10, and that's a bad season for West Ham now. So
Yeah,
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 I think we will see. This is probably the last season Declan Rice plays for them.
yeah.
I think he's not gonna renew, and next season they're gonna have to sell him. I think they would have probably done better by selling him this season because I don't think, like, if you look at Chelsea right now, Chelsea desperately need him, but if Chelsea go and buy Frankie De Jong, are
Mm.
they gonna spend 150 million on Declan Rice?
No, and if you do get Frankie De Jong, no,
Yeah, yeah,
because he covers that. What Frankie De Jong does best is his ball progression and playing the ball forward, which is why Declan Rice is probably so coveted right now,
yeah,
because he's quite good at doing that. So
yeah.
no,
And
you're not gonna.
United just bought Casemiro for 60 million. Are they gonna spend 150 million on Declan Rice? Don't think so. City bought Calvin Phillips. So it's like, if I'm them, uh, I understand they want to keep him because he's such a good player, but he's done what he can do for West Ham.
Yeah,
Get that money and rebuild your squad. I think that would make more sense for them.
Arsenal bid 80 million on transfer deadline day for Declan Rice. What are you saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I take him,
Oh
hundred
yeah,
percent,
I'd
hundred
take him at
percent.
Arsenal.
Imagine Declan Rice as a six, and then Partey can play number 8 again.
I'd take it. Declan Rice at 8. I'd take him at 8.
Will you take him at 8
Yeah,
ahead of
those-
Partey, or would you have them switching roles during games?
yeah, during the game,
Yeah,
fluid. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
fluid. Yeah,
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 so
yeah,
Partey
yeah,
rolls forward, Declan Rice sits, vice
yeah,
versa. Like
yeah,
Xhaka and Zinchenko.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Imagine
Oh.
that team. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I'm getting too
Listen, I
excited
think
now.
I need to call Edu, man. They can
Hey,
get Ainsley in return if they want.
yeah, yeah. There you go. Ainsley swap deal. Forget
Yeah,
money. Just put Ainsley in the England international. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
We'll give him
Ooh,
resources.
what do you make of this? Declan
Nah, nah,
Rice
nah,
is
nah.
number.
Daniel, you know how my love for Xhaka, right? Declan Rice is better than
Uh,
Granit Xhaka.
I'm trying to read Moss English. It's big
He
up
said,
Moss for tuning in as well. Moss call draw. How's the prediction and drop going, King? I made it to room and mountains. Need to check in conference. Le- Leeds Teddy Lasso owning it like I called on weekend preview FPL show. Yo, yo, big up, big up, big up, Moss. I haven't checked the draft league yet. I'll probably check it later on. I'll probably wait till tomorrow when Liverpool play. Yeah, most English is the best English.
Daniel's
I
joking.
say he's joking.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know my love for Xhaka, man. I will defend him. I'll die on that hill for Xhaka.
It's that Canadian English almost ing. Big up social.
Big up
Yeah.
Social.
Moss got a special language, guys. Love to Moss, man. Yeah, and let's jump onto that game. Actually, Leeds versus Chelsea, 3-0 Leeds. Talk to me, Tariq. What's going on at Chelsea?
Chelsea, once again, Hanno was in here earlier.
Yeah,
They're a mess. I know Chelsea fans, they're in a bit of a denial phase at the moment and where their club's currently at. Because when I talk to Chelsea fans, they still think that they're in this, that they're the Chelsea where they were under Roman Abramovich.
yeah,
They still think that they can we can compete for trophies. We can do this. We're still going to get there. We'll have a sticky patch in one season, but we'll come back and bounce back. Let's banter Arsenal. Let's banter Manchester United. Let's just, we know where we are.
yeah,
Chelsea, it's an end of an era. Your time's over. You're
yeah.
now here with poor recruitment. Your manager's not getting the best out of players. Your players, the players aren't working as hard for your manager anymore. We talked about Villa having a mishmash of players and not having the right balance. Chelsea are Villa on steroids in that sense. They've got three left wing backs now in Cucurella, Chilwell, and Alonso. Barcelona don't want Alonso anymore. They've not got enough centre backs. Bearing in mind, it's a year ago they sold Tomori, Mark Gay as well, which would certainly walk into their team now, by the way. They're looking to let Trevor Chalobah leave on loan. What else? Right wing back. Apart from you're playing a centre midfielder in Loftus-Cheek at right wing back, you're playing a right wing back in at centre back in Reece James.
Yeah. Imagine if Arteta did that.
Oh,
the criticism from Sky Sports and the media and the fans. Where's the energy?
Where is the energy? Because
Shai Havertz, are they ever going to talk about him?
We need to have a
million flop. Like, seriously. When did he last score a goal?
I can't. He scored 8 goals in the Premier League last season because of 1 goal in the Champions League final, which Divock Origi has done, by the way. And didn't Giuliano Belletti do that for Barcelona? And they still got rid of him. So
exactly.
Against us. Yeah, I remember that.
But anyways, Reece James used to come to Arsenal, man. That's another player. Imagine Reece James on that right back spot. And he hasn't renewed his contract with Chelsea. I know he's not coming to Arsenal, but still, he needs to leave Chelsea because he's too good, man. I rate Reece.
Real Madrid, you need a right back. Go get Reece James. Go get that over the line. Let's just put Chelsea deeper in the mud. Conor Gallagher, it's not going to work at Chelsea. Go back to Crystal Palace. Do wonderful things there. But
I agree. It's a big mismatch at Chelsea. They don't have a centre forward.
No.
They don't have wide wingers. They just have inverted wingers. They don't really have a number 10. It's like Jorginho, Kovacic, Gallagher is the same kind of player.
Yeah, exactly that.
And then it's like, I don't get it. I don't get their recruitment. And now, you can go and get Fofana. I still don't think it's going to solve their problems. And I don't think it's enough either.
No, I don't think it is enough. And we saw Fofana in the last weekend against us.
Yeah,
and Martinelli ripped him to shreds. He's very good centre-back for his age, but he's not nowhere near that money. Like at tops, he's 50, 60 million at best.
Yeah, sure. For me, like when you start talking about 80 million, it has to be a world-class player. And he's not world-class. Surely, why not go and try and get Skriniar? You could probably get him for the same money or even cheaper. And he's much better. Come on.
It's so true. Exactly that.
Even Pau Torres, you could get him for cheaper money. And he's a good centre-back.
There you go. He's a decent centre-back. 7-1 PSG, by the way.
Wow. Yeah, I think, is it Mbappe? Yeah. Wow.
Yo, sorry.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, we are both kind of eye-watching the PSG little game. It's not looking good for your boy, Moss.
Oh, they might be giving up. Nah, they ain't going to give a penalty for that. But yeah. Look, Zagrova looks all right, by the way. You know, he's been linked to Arsenal. He looks all
Yeah,
right. I
yeah,
like the look
yeah,
of him. But yeah, it's just a massive imbalance at that squad right now, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every single moment. And you know, as Cristiano Ronaldo said,
no,
I think I deserve, and I will love it. What was it? Whatever he said. You know what I'm saying, people.
yeah, I know which, yeah, I know what you mean.
Chelsea's demise. I'm loving it at the moment, and I do
Yeah,
think it will get worse at some point this season. And if they get Aubameyang in,
yeah,
trust me, when it's going good, Aubameyang. I mean, actually, when it's going good, Aubameyang's not great. When it's going bad, Aubameyang will pull you through.
yeah, yeah,
But also, I wanted to say this as well. Another thing about Aubameyang, yeah, I'm not hating on the guy because I loved him when he was at Arsenal and I was backing him more than most when people were saying that he needs to be dropped. But I'm
yeah.
looking at this guy's career overall. Has he won a league title in his career?
No, yeah,
So that kind of says a lot about the player's mentality because you at one point you'd say he's a world-class striker, wouldn't you?
yeah,
But what was his mentality? When people criticize Kane for his
yeah,
mentality,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
well, what about
yeah.
Aubameyang?
Yeah, I hear that, and especially now that he has an opportunity to actually win his first ever major trophy at Barcelona, and he's running to Chelsea.
Exactly. Because he knows he's not going to be an important key
Yeah,
piece in that cog at
yeah,
Barcelona. That's why.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um. So, hey,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. For me, I've said it. I think something is wrong at Chelsea, and I think we will see it during the season. Uh, don't forget that Thomas Tuchel, as good as he is as a manager, he's fallen out with a lot of players and a lot of
you fell out
DOF
with Aubameyang,
and
didn't you?
owners. Yeah, he did. He did. That's why I think it's so funny that he's trying to get him now. how, how long is that gonna work?
Exactly that. When
And he got,
Aubameyang turns up late for training, I don't think
yeah,
Thomas Tuchel is going to be.
yeah,
He's going to be giving them Conte handshakes right there. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh man.
So we got one more game, guys. I know it's been a long show. It's never short shows with us. You just have to get used to it. It is Newcastle versus Man City. How impressed were you with Newcastle and Alan
Overall, the game was
Saint-Maximin?
fun. Saint Maximin, a player who has been very much maligned and people saying, "Ah, yeah, he's a trickster and that, and he doesn't have any end products." I think Kieran Trippier said it perfectly about him at the end of the game. He needs to realize his ability and his potential. And if he does do that and he puts them performances on a consistent basis, he's going to be a world-class player. And he can be. But Newcastle, by the way, they were phenomenal. The chances they were creating, their response from going 1-0 down to
Yeah,
Manchester City was
yeah,
phenomenal. It was top,
yeah,
as a lot of these managers like to say. They're going into it, creating chances. Almiron should have scored before he did. Callum Wilson, that touch for the goal was phenomenal. The midfield was working well. Willock had a good game.
yeah. He did. He did.
It's just that this is why Newcastle, you got to fear them this season. Bruno G, as Moss is saying in there, you've got to fear them this year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
With their strength in depth. And I think Newcastle, you know what? They've got the striker, they've got the goals in their side, they've got the X factor, and they also have strong defenders too.
yeah.
They're probably the team closest knocking to that top six at the moment. And yeah,
It could be
what do you think?
this season, last season's West Ham, Newcastle.
Yeah.
I predicted them 8, but if they continue, they might even finish higher. Uh,
If
I've
things
been
don't work
impressed
at
with Eddie
United,
Howe.
mm,
Like, if you look since he joined the league, it's been amazing for them. And as you said, they got good, strong centre backs. And Bruno Guimaraes, every time I see him play, something is hurting in me. Like, what could have been at Arsenal? He's
I
so
know, right?
good. He's
He's
so good.
quality. I know,
And
he's amazing again.
Saint Maximum, I think he's take it up 2 levels in his game. Like, he looks more concentrated, more focused on being effective, and he's added the end product to his game, and I would take him at Arsenal.
Oh
Honestly, I think
yeah,
he would be. He's so different to Saka and Martinelli, So imagine being able to have him starting games or throwing in him the last 30 minutes when the defenders are tired. Like,
the directness, the pace that he has,
yeah,
the havoc that he causes, and there's some wonderful players in the Premier League this season that aren't at the big six clubs, and that's just the strength that we have in this Premier League right now, and it's a sight to behold, and it's a pleasure to watch this league week in, week out. I'm going to say it again because there's no what, King. You say the rest. There's no easy.
Yeah, there's no easy games, guys. Like, we've been hearing this whenever Arsenal win. It was an easy game, but Crystal Palace, they show against Liverpool. It's not easy to win against them. We've seen Bournemouth winning against Villa. That wasn't easy. We've seen Leeds smash Chelsea. We've seen Brentford smash United. Like, guys, we are winning because we're good. It's not because they're easy games. And I think people need to understand that the Premier League, the quality of the players that every team has means that there's no easy game.
I'm telling you now, Bournemouth, even though I think they're going to get relegated, they're going to win against one of the big six teams. I can say it now. I'm going to tell you. Because that's what the Premier League's like. Yeah. Norwich were, even though they were terrible, I remember when they beat Man City.
Yeah. And look at this. Like, we've scored the most goals in the league, and we have the second best defense, best goal difference in the league. Love it. Yeah. We just have to echo it. Like, what is it now? Is it 11 goals in 3 games and 2 conceded?
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah. And I know that Fulham is going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Your previous season, whenever Arsenal are playing, a team that's just come up from the championship, you'll be nervous. Will they bully us? The physicality. But now we got Saliba, he's physical. We got Gabriel physical. We got Partey physical. Even Ben White is more physical now. Like, we got Jesus bullying centre backs, and I just love it. Like,
that touch, bro.
No, that touch to Adiga's goal. It was amazing. Listen, Jesus is quality, and I know I said on Twitter that I think it's gonna score 20 Premier League.
Said it on my show, and really was going at you.
Everyone in the chat. Everybody was cussing me out. Said I was jumping the gun. I'm sticking by it. I think Jesus will score 20 Premier League goals if he stays fit. If he doesn't get injured or he doesn't miss a lot of games, I think he can do it because he's quality. He is quality.
For real, man. For real. Yeah. Exciting times, exciting. And let's honestly just keep praying, guys, that our players stay fit. That's all we need. That's all we need. Jesus, Partey, stay fit. Saka, you need to stay fit as well because we don't really have anyone on that right side that can come in. But what I'd say those are the 3 areas. Potentially midfield as well. Maybe if Xhaka got injured. Yeah, I'd expect Sambi could put up a good level of performance there though. But like if Partey, Jesus and Saka, those are the 3 players that if one of those got injured, I think it would have quite a big effect in our performance levels.
As long as not all 3 is out
and
or 2 of them are out at the same time, I think we'll be all right because of how flexible Zinchenko is in midfield and how Ben White can break into midfield. I think we struggle if we have 3 key players out at the same time, but if just Saka is out, I think Jesus can play right wing and Eddie can play at top.
True.
So that wouldn't be a big drop off. It's when Jesus is out, Saka is out, and Partey is out. That's when it becomes like, now we have to start with Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Eddie, and maybe Sambi or El Neni have to start. That's when I think.
That's true. And let's be real, that's for anyone in those areas.
I say that.
if
If
that was
Salah is
Man,
out for Liverpool, it's a
yeah,
drop off.
I was about to say that. That was my
If
example.
if
Yeah,
if Van Dijk also is out, it's another drop off.
Fabinho,
Fabinho, another one, and Man City. If Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, and let's say Diaz is
Rodri.
out,
Yeah,
or Rodri, for example.
yeah,
Ugh, come on, guys, it's a drop off.
yeah.
It's a drop off.
So we
But
just got
any
to hope.
thoughts on tomorrow's game before we finalize?
There's only I don't. You know what?
Yeah,
I need Man United to lose this. Just
yeah,
think. I just want to pile more misery upon them. Let's create this huge gap from us and Man United now, because though that was the side that gave me my childhood nightmares.
yeah,
Yeah. So I need to see Liverpool. Let's smash them. All right. I'm a scouser for tomorrow.
yeah. I
And
need a Robertson hat trick. Salah
I
to
need a
black.
Diaz hat trick.
And yeah, Diaz can score a hat trick as long as Robertson scores a hat trick, and
Uh,
Trent can bang in 2 goals as well. And I'm a happy man.
clean sheet, definitely.
Yeah, definitely clean sheet. Especially when Cancelo got 0 today. I need Robertson to start
Oh,
deliver, please.
maybe like what Daniel said there. I need a Salah hat
Oh,
trick. I know you don't want that.
no.
I know you don't want that.
I told everyone like Salah against Liverpool, he's gonna bang. But I was like that VAR. I was so angry. I was so angry, man. If Jesus had a goal and assist, probably 2 bonus points. I'm good, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. You see,
But yeah, listen, if United lose and Salah scores a hat trick, man, I'm still a happy man. At the end of the day, FPL is a game. What happened in reality is more important. And United losing another game, you're loving it. Honestly, United. What's your prediction for the game, by the way?
I don't think it will be a battering because I don't think
Yeah,
Liverpool are at their free flowing best yet. I
yeah,
think it's gonna be a 2-0 win. I said.
yeah,
What
yeah.
about you?
Yeah, I think United will score actually. I think
Ooh,
3-1 or 2 on Liverpool. I
yeah.
think Liverpool looks so exposed now when they move forward. And something's happened to Fabinho. He's not
No.
looking the same player. He
Fitness
kind of,
probably.
yeah, could be fitness because he's not that old and he's never been reliant on pace either. Or maybe he's just missing Thiago. Y- You know, the thing is, he doesn't have Wijnaldum anymore with his energy. Henderson is not as good anymore,
Mm.
and Thiago is out injured. Liverpool need a midfielder, by the way.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
they want to win the league, they need to upgrade that midfield. They're not winning that midfield. They're not winning the Premier League with that midfield.
It's true, bro. It's very
Oh,
true.
one more. Oh, we gotta end the stream. This is one more.
No. He needs to start singing that properly.
uh, no, listen. If we get 20 likes, I'm singing on the next stream.
Ah, and the next one, you see,
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I can't say anything. I said I was going to be singing on mine.
Yeah, we've been waiting for you singing for like a year now.
I know. Shh. So, guys, it's been great.
Yeah, yeah. I love this comment though. It's a relegation 6 points out on Monday. Who would have thought Man United versus Liverpool?
Hey, if Man United win, they go above Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh my God, it's 21 likes.
there you go.
Guys, I promise on the next stream, the first thing I do is I'll sing. Because the problem is I don't know the song.
Don't worry. You got time to research it
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So
called
I'm
Tequila,
gonna
all right.
listen
It's
to
called
it.
Tequila. If you
Yeah.
just put Tequila song on YouTube, you'll find it.
Okay, okay, good, good. Thanks for the help, Tariq.
Don't you
I
worry.
was trying to get away
I'm,
from it.
I'm helping you guys, man. The chat.
Hey, big up Nip and Daniel wants me to sing now, but I don't know the song, so it's like
No.
it's a bit. No, I'm not singing Justin Bieber on my stream, guys. That will never. When I have a stream and I reach 1,000 likes, that's when you hear me sing Justin Bieber.
Edit. Do you know what I mean? Yo, what?
Maybe Tariq will sing instead right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm okay with that. Come on, Tariq. You seems to know the song, and you owe us a song. So, and I know you how much you love Saliba, so you might as well sing it.
Oh, is that the time? Ah, yo, King. Ah, yeah, I've got the goal, you know.
Yes, we are all Liverpool fans tomorrow, Nippon. We are.
Innit?
But yeah, first of all, I have to big the panel up. Tereak, Hanno, thank you for joining the stream. For everyone that tuned in, again, a big stream with a lot of big numbers. I think yesterday's stream has hit like over 400 views, which is
Woof,
another record for my channel.
my brother.
And you guys, you're helping me so much support. Honestly, I'm very grateful to everyone who tunes in, who likes, who share, who joins my stream. Like, this is a new channel. Like, I've barely had it for a month, and to already have these numbers, I could never had thought that I would. Honestly, never.
Hey,
And big up Macy as well. I hope you're well, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Devils United TV. Good luck tomorrow, Macy. I know you'll need it. Hopefully, it won't be another 5-0 loss. But again,
right.
I kind of hope it does still. Sorry.
Hey, we got Macy. When I first met Macy, it was when
Yeah.
we played Man United at Old Trafford. Before we did a whole preview and that. And
Oh, is that? Did we
yeah,
win?
no, Ronaldo 3-2. You remember that last
Oh,
season?
was it? No, was it? Oh,
Yeah, it weren't that
forget
one.
that I even clip that out from the stream. I have to
Exactly.
edit that part out.
Yeah. Now I'm wishing misery on our team. So
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, Mace. It's not your
What do you
fault.
make of Ronaldo? Do you think he's gonna turn up this season? Is he gonna try and get a move? Like, what do you
Do
make
you know
of the
what?
whole Ronaldo
I
thing?
don't actually see him leaving, you know. So I can't see who will take him right now. In all honesty,
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy because it's Cristiano Ronaldo, but
Oh,
yeah.
big up reelers as well tuning in. Glaze it out, bun Botox. Yeah, the Insta model man. It's not doing so well right now.
Oh man. So yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah, I
yeah,
don't see him going anywhere.
where can people find you, Tariq?
You
Let
know where
them
it is,
know.
people. Tariq talks all over socials. I know if you're not an Arsenal fan, you're probably not going to want to follow me on Twitter or anywhere right now. I'm being toxic and insufferable as Arsenal fans are. But yeah, Tariq talks YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. But the main ones that I use the most is YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So yeah, but yeah, follow me everywhere, guys. Big up my brother King for letting me come on. I always love chatting football with him. And you guys in the chat as well, as per usual. So, yes, love to you all. Thanks for letting me come on, and make sure you subscribe to King as well. He's on 148 right now. Let's get him to 150 before Arsenal play again. Can we do that, people? I'm sure we can. So, the best way you can do that is by telling a friend.
If I get to 150 likes, guys, I'll sing on the prediction show to Arsenal's game. If we get that before, that would be amazing. I've put the link into Tariq's channel as well. I'm sure you already subscribed, but in case you haven't, make sure you do. You know, Tariq is doing bits, and we do a weekly podcast there as well. So if you want to see me there, if you like what we're doing here, you will see more of that on his channel as well. And again, thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. It's been a great stream. I know it's not easy right now for certain fan base, but hang in there, hang in there. And thank you, everyone. Me and Tariq are out. Thank you for tuning.